Okay, so we're going to revisit this Cobra UK29LTD ST, which we did on the air test for yesterday. So when I did the video, when I edited the video, the transmitted audio was absolutely awful. It's weedy and thin. Do you know what? I'm going to look inside this microphone. I shouldn't have to do this. I don't touch microphones. But I have just plugged in an ordinary standard replacement mic, and the standard replacement mic worked absolutely fine. Now, I'm not going further into that. I say, okay, it looks swish, but it works rubbish. So it's quite possible now it's 20 years old, its elements degraded. I kind of was under the impression there was something special about these mics, but I don't think there's anything special about that at all. And I just plugged in a standard replacement mic, and now we're going to have to open the setup and reset the deviation, because quite clearly this mic has seen better. In fact, I was going to say one of the things has broken off, but it hasn't. So I'll just put that back together. That's easier said than done, isn't it? I'm not going to ever taking one of these apart again. But once again, you know, it's as predicted, it's more work, isn't it? So he's taught me a lesson that even when they come in with a standard mic like this, do all the repairs on a standard replacement mic and then fiddle about with the customer's mic. So I'm going to put just my monitor receiver on. We'll go over to my base station at the end of this video. So we're on channel 20. Obviously you're going to get feedback. Obviously you can't hear how it really sounds. Testing 1 2 3 4 5
5 4 3 2 1 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1.
Now I'm going to switch picture in picture on. And we're into the test set. I'm actually going to stand up to make sure that picture in picture is on this stupid LCD monitor with a rubbish viewing angle. And we're not on the right thing. So if I just do the wallow, 1 2 1 2 1 2 wallow 1 2 wallow, you wallow, you can see we're getting the 2.5 kilohertz peak there. Now, just dug out our absolutely bog standard £14.50 standard replacement microphone, which we use on Unidens. This isn't a Uniden made set, or if it is, they should be ashamed of themselves. Now let's listen to this. 1 2 1 2 wallow, getting lots more audio. Look at the deviation. I'm going to have to reset the deviation. So in actual fact, that mic is faulty. So we'll have to open this setup again, reset the deviation, and the customer is going to need a new mic. Now, wouldn't you think that when a set comes in which is dead, like this was, yes, the display's lit up as you saw, but it was otherwise dead apart from a PA, because of that VCO fault. You think that's going to be the only fault, don't you? You know, when I did my electronics training on television, now we're just moving away from general electronics and two-way radio, but when I did television training, and I only ever got qualified in black and white television, so you're not allowed to send me a colour one. The fact remains is that they would put a fault on the set and you had to diagnose it and sort it out. That was part of the exams. They didn't put 2 faults on or 3 faults on. In reality, this is what you get. So we're now going to reset the deviation. So this is now going to work properly on a standard replacement microphone, but it's not going to work very well at all on that factory original. Doesn't mean it won't work on another factory. That microphone is now proved to be faulty. So look at that. So we'll pop that back down. And let's look at our peaks now. Wow, it's still a little bit high. So we'll drop that to there. Wow, that's it. We're reset for 2.5. So put our monitor receiver back on.
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Wallow.
So that sounds great. Now I've seen about 4 or 5 of these before, and I said this is why we stopped doing them, because the receive, to my mind, isn't good enough. But we never had any transmit problems. And when I did this editing, I thought something's not right, and it's not going to be the radio, it's the blooming microphone. So that's today's revisit. So that's reset. I have been sent a service manual, or most of a service manual for one of these. That's very kind of the person who sent it me. So that may help subsequently on sets, or had this had a more in-depth diagnosis necessary, it would have helped me earlier on, which you didn't see in the video, where we were trying to check that the synthesizer was running. I had to get the data sheet, and if I'd have had the service manual, it would have helped. So that's good. Right, we'll put that back to bed, and then I'll get the camcorder out, and we'll do the tests again. I'm going to do it with the original mic, but we now know that original mic is low gain, so it's going to sound even worse now I've reset the deviation than it did yesterday. Right, let's get these screws back in. I try not to do these revisiting videos, and I'm really trying to get on with other things. I'm doing this at 7:30 in the morning before I start work, so that I could just get this out of the way, because if this had taken up the 40-minute slot we've got available today for CB radio repair, it meant I wouldn't be able to progress forward onto the next set, which is this customer's Maycom, which I'm not expecting to be able to do anything with, just like I wasn't expecting to do anything with this. But we've got a lot in, we've got like 20 sets in, so I do need to get through them. On the other hand, I can't not do the organ work, because that's our main thing. Nor can I not turn up and play the organ at churches for funerals and things. Right, there we go. So that's put some screws back in it. And I now reckon that's going to sound reasonable. I'm going to put it on the aerial, because it won't reach to our... it's quite a long building, this. With it being single story, it's quite long. And the base station's at one end, and this is at the other. So you might think, well, you're going to be able to pick it up off the dummy load, but that isn't the case. So I'm going to start with the standard replacement mic. So we'll go over to our base station now, and there we go.
21, testing the Cobra UK29LTD ST radio into our Midland 76900 base station using the standard replacement microphone. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Now we're going to go over to the customer's original mic. Tango 21, testing the customer's original mic. I'm speaking much closer than I ought to be doing it to it. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. And then back to the standard replacement mic. So thanks for watching the revisit, and hope you found that interesting.